Yeah, I think one very important field is that we improve the preservation of foods. Because currently we have safe food on the market, I believe, but we buy this safety with a significant quality loss.
In the end, it is most important that the consumer who eats or consumes those products is 100% safe and has the trust in those products.
You can compromise on the quality, but you cannot compromise on food safety. But we have to maintain this fine line. When we talk about the safety of the product, we have to ensure that we're not compromising on the quality of the product as well.
From one hand is the regulation aspect, regulatory aspect and private standards. Another hand, consumers who of course need to be served safe food.
My name is Abdul Gaiba. I'm a Director of Quality System Global for Colusian Corporation, and I'm primarily responsible for food safety, quality and regulation. We are a spice processing company. We bring the raw agriculture commodity from different parts of the world. We convert this commodity into ingredients and supplying to our customer in the US. So we are taking food safety very, very seriously from very beginning till very end. The challenge we are facing is that the product we are dealing with, we are sourcing this product from different parts of the world. And unfortunately, the spices coming from the countries which are not very well developed. So we have to make sure that we bring the safe product here and we control all the hazards at our end. When we talk about hazard, we talk about three major hazards like physical, microbiological, and chemical hazard. This is our function in industry, to bring the product, to make the product safe and giving to our customer so our customer don't have to worry about it. And one of the mitigation strategy we have is using different treatment technologies. We use ethylene oxide, we use steam, and we also use gamma radiation.
Well, also in Europe, approximately 1 in 10 people falls ill with a foodborne illness, and this is why it's immensely important for the industry to increase food safety and find ways to effectively make less people ill. My name is Mark Kündig. Together with my brother, I represent the third generation of our 100-year-old family business. We are active in the fields of dried produce, such as spices, herbs, vegetables and fruits, cereals and oilseeds, and frozen products. Maybe it's less the food guidelines, but much more the health of the consumer that we need to be aware of. We have small children or elderly people, sometimes people who are sick, who react or who are prone to react on missing food safety standards. But also for our customers, expensive product recalls would be one huge issue. Finding a product that has been distributed already, maybe mixed with other products, and to recall those products when they have found their ways into the stores or maybe already to the customer shelf is very, very difficult to effectively recall those products. And this is why food safety is extremely important.
So currently consumers are looking for safe, nutritious and sustainable food. Also consumers are looking for more convenient, ready-to-eat food. And really this responsibility for safe cooking is moving from the household further down to the food value chain. My name is Edita Margas. I'm the Global Head of Food Safety at Bühler. In recent years, we have increasing number of incidents caused by low moisture dry foods. And this is really putting much more spotlight and pressure on dry food manufacturers to ensure safety of such a food. Especially contamination caused by harmful bacteria like Salmonella or pathogenic E. coli. And also we have challenges like very complex global supply chain, food fraud, climate change as well. And this is all making assurance of food safety very, very difficult. Based on increased number of foodborne outbreaks associated with low moisture foods, as well as more scientific evidence and scientific studies, industry quickly realized that there is a need of new microbial inactivation step. And this new inactivation step would not only have to solve food safety problem, but would also have to contribute to sustainability.
Well, at the moment we work with steam. We have a batch system where we treat dried produce with heat and water, steam. You have oils in your products, and obviously heat is attacking these oils, and well, the taste and the flavor of a product is quickly negatively affected.
We assure food safety for many products, but very often with the price of a quality loss. So we over-process the food to assure the safety. We can do that better. We can do that better by optimization. We can do that better with emerging techniques which deliver also safe foods, but with much higher qualities. My name is Alexander Mertis. I'm assistant professor and tenure track at ETH Zurich since 2015. I'm leading the Sustainable Food Processing Laboratory. We are researching on 3 priorities: novel proteins based on microalgae and insects, emerging processing technologies, for example, structuring technologies, but also preservation technologies, and last but not least, multi-indicator sustainability assessment to align our research and development and assure that we are going in the right direction in terms of more sustainable food systems. One very important field is that we improve the preservation of foods. So producing higher quality safe foods, that should be a strong direction, and here emerging preservation technologies could deliver interesting solutions. Because currently we mainly use intense thermal processing to preserve the food, or we use physicochemical hurdles, for example, high acid hurdles, or we use the significant reduction of water activity or preservatives to make our food stable and safe.
It would be obviously nice to have a new technology that treats a product without the usage of heat and without the usage of water.
And that would enable more nutritious and potentially also more healthy foods.
My name is Barbara Dubovkova, and I'm a food safety manager in low energy electron beam project in Bühler. So in 2012 we started our journey to search for the technology that would overcome the problems that we are facing with the traditional conventional bacteria reduction technologies in the market. The technology had to not only reduce bacteria reliably, but also be efficient in preserving quality, such as organoleptic properties responsible for the taste, color, and texture, and also nutrients. On this journey, the team traveled really the world, and we have evaluated many technologies. Together with academia and scientific institutes, we evaluated almost 20 different technologies. The journey resulted in finding a very interesting technology, low energy electron beam, or in short, LEEB. Basically, LEEB works like a light bulb, but instead of emitting light particles, it emits electrons. The electrons create a beam. In our case, we have 2 LEEB lamps facing each other, and as the foodstuff passes in between them through the beam, the electrons dissipate their energy on the food surface. In a consequence of this, the bacteria residing on the surface lose ability to grow and replicate. so they become inactive, which means they cannot cause diseases anymore. This process works so gently because electron stays on the surface, and therefore there's no impact on the quality of the food. Now, constantly we're assessing not only the pathogenic bacteria reduction performance of LEEB, but also the preservation of nutrients and other important quality parameters of LEEB-treated foods.
Actually, there was no experience available for the treatment of food products because we were the first ones. We knew that the technology is successfully applied for the sterilization of flat packaging material, for example in the food industry as well in the pharmaceutical industry, but nobody did apply the technology before directly on food. My name is Martin Herrsche. I work as a project manager for low energy electron beam technology. So in the first step we built a functional model in a bunker, and this model we based on the experience which was around. So we then improved it step by step in a fast prototyping cycles, and to find out what is the best setup to treat food product with this technology. Then afterwards we found the perfect setup, so to say, which we then translated to a machine which can be placed somewhere outside the bunker in a customer's plant. So beside the prototype machine we have used at the customer site, we have as well a mock-up, we call it, to run product and do high-speed filming, to learn as much as possible about the process and to see actually how the product behaves in the treatment zone. Now we can say that we control the process, we can exactly say what dose does the product absorb and how the correlation is in the end to the inactivation level.
Low-energy electron beam not only reliably reduces pathogens, such as Salmonella or E. coli, it also reduces total bacteria count, molds, yeast, and even thermoresistant bacterial spores to save levels. Especially reduction of the spore formers at the standard processing parameters is a big advantage in comparison to conventional solutions. We have also tested LEEB on other foods, such as wheat, culinary herbs, edible seeds and sprouting seeds, and we have seen promising results.
So the machine is actually quite simple, so to say. What we make is we feed in the product through a treatment zone, so through a cloud of the free electrons, and then the product out. So the only thing, we apply electrons on the product. The low energy electrons beam has some side effects. So when they hit metal, they create X-rays. That's why we need a shielding around the machine to shield the X-rays. And if they hit the O2 molecules, then they create as well ozone, and that's something we don't want to have outside the machine. So we need a proper air management system. And since it is a big amount of energy on a small area, the whole heat handling is as well important. So cooling, the airflow to cool down the components, and we have as well water cooling implemented. And since we need a shielding, we need as well a way to, in the end, feed the product into the shielding. So there we have a labyrinth, and then we have product feeding equipment where we can exactly control the product flow to make sure we always have the same feeding rate of product through the machine.
Low energy electron beam as a technology has been around for a very long time, and even though the application of this technology for dry foods is very innovative and new, low energy electron beam has already found his way into the food market, for example in the packaging industry. This increases our confidence that this technology is proven and that it will be a key technology in the food market for the future. My name is Miryat Keka and I'm heading the low energy electron beam team at Bühler. Low energy electron beam as a technology have a lot to offer to all stakeholders in the food value chain, starting from the food processors, which can have a new tool, but also when it comes to the end customer, which will benefit from the increased food quality, and also to the regulatory bodies, which will have a new tool they can rely on when it comes to traceability or also the effective bacteria inactivation.
I see the first need, of course, for our high premium, low moisture foods. And there are several, not only spices. We have, for example, currently a project where we want to have a surface decontamination of high premium insects to deliver interesting new food products in the market. A very nice emerging source of the animal origin. I could think about here high value products which have a very heat sensitive and chemical sensitive flavor and aroma profile, where a low energy electron beam can deliver safety but without reducing these important sensitive profiles.
The low energy electron beam application which we developed in our case for the dry food industry we call LATU. And the beauty of LATU is small size, which makes it very easy for the food processors to install it everywhere in their manufacturing site. At this point, we are already in the market introduction phase, meaning that we have first units installed in the market and really in the process of scaling this technology.
The key attribute which I like personally is that it's plug and play. The technology is very simple, it's very user friendly. You don't need to, spend years to learn this technology. You just plug and play. And as a user, from the user perspective, it's pretty easy, very straightforward. When it comes to microbial reduction, so far the data we have is very promising. It's suggesting that it's giving us enough kill, or I would say around 5 log reduction in different parts as a trial we conducted, which is sufficient for us to meet the regulatory requirements.
There are several challenges for emerging technologies. First of all, we need to optimize them to the highest technology readiness level, which is 9, proven industrial environment. And then we need to also scale them up and multiply this technology solution to have the economy of scale, to use our resources as best as possible, and to reduce as best as possible also the process cost per kilogram of product.
I see low energy electron beam technology as a key technology to a safer food value chain and to a reduction of food waste.
It doesn't use any water, it doesn't use chemicals, and it has a very small footprint.
So we can replace chemistry by physics.
Especially with products that have a high oil content that needs to stay in order to keep its flavors, taste, or also the effectiveness, for example, of phytopharmaceuticals, the LEEB technology would be a game changer.
The planet benefits, the producer benefits, but most importantly, the consumers benefit from having safe and nutritious products.
I believe in the technology because we have minimum impact on the product quality, but achieve maximum food safety.
And so far the data we have is suggesting that this technology will be the game changer in the spice industry.
And then last but not least, we also need to optimize the technology further and further. So we need to keep the innovation pathway running, of course, to optimize scale up, to optimize process control, and also usage and of application portfolio of this technique. And for example, deliver new exciting products, can improve communication to consumers and users also, so the circle would be closed.